We got time to tell you a story about the Ware family? I don't have time, or do?
Oh no, you got time.
Okay,
Yeah.
the Ware family, Sandy Ware and all the Otto Ware and all of them, they were been in St. Andrew a long time, and they actually were descendants of the Ware of De La Ware, the French family that founded Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware.
That was the Ware family. And they actually sailed down here in the 1870s in a 20-foot sloop and came around the Keys and came to St. Andrew, where the big condo is now. That's where they landed. But so anyway, so that's how far back they go. And I wanted I went to University of Florida. Okay, and as a student there, I'd go to the library some, and not a whole lot, but I would go there some. But I remember upstairs, the second story was what they said called a historical collection. And I rolled my eye back then, a 19-20-year-old with a historical collection. I really don't care much about that at that age.
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind, I told Gail, I said, let's go down to Gainesville. I want to go up on that second floor and look at that historical collection and see if anything's up here in the Panhandle about the old families.
Yep.
So we make the 5-hour trip down there, and I go in and go to the second story, and the guy running it looked just like you see in a movie how that professor looks, that old bookworm-looking guy, And I said, sir, here's what I'm doing. I said, do you have anything on the Florida Panhandle pertaining to fishing or boat building or history? He said, I think I got something you would like to see. You sit down over there and put these gloves on. I had to put the gloves on like you see in the movie, these gloves on. So I'm sitting there. And he goes, it's cold up there. All the documents, it's cold upstairs. And he opens the door in a colder area, and he comes out. I'm thinking he's holding like a baby because he's walking real slow. And I'm thinking he's holding like a baby, And it's a big old thick book, and he lays it down in front of me. It's the 1882 diary of the Ware family in St. Andrew, a daily diary.
So he made you wear gloves to be able to touch the book and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I said, can I touch it? He said, yeah. Can I turn the page? Yeah. I read every page for like 3 or 4 hours, every page.
No
and
kidding.
we took a picture.
Wow.
And oh, my goodness, it was amazing. And back then, you'd appreciate this. The first thing that he wrote down, or Lambert Ware wrote down, was actually what the wind was doing and what the tide was doing, because they really didn't have any roads, so they had to go from place to place by boat.
Sounds like Bobby Smith's descendants.
Exactly. And then I put some of the in my book. I put about seven different things that happened. One of them was, a wildcat got in my yard last night and killed my dog.
Yeah.
Those things like that. And then he went to so-and-so point, and he went to Apalachicola on Christmas Day, and went to the Methodist church down there, and because they had a Christmas tree, but he didn't go in. I mean, little things like that. But they would sail down to Apalachicola, for a couple of days. It was just the history of that. And when I was mesmerized by reading that.
And